So I was sitting here and I was in my car actually, and I started thinking as I rode home, I'm like, people believe in me. And sometimes, when they share how they believe in me, sometimes I'm like, I don't know. I start to feel like because I'm living in this body, like maybe I cannot live up to the standards or the things that they, see in me, right? Clearly these things are in me because this is naturally who I'm authentically showing up as the world, as I am in the world. But at the same time, when people share back what they see and how what we do shows up, it feels like, wow, this is a great expectation. And so I was sitting here and I'm driving and I get back to my house and I'm like, as I'm pulling into this driveway that I've been parking at next door. Side note, I do a lot of those. But as I'm sitting there, I start imagining my life, right? And then it's like I imagine my life at 2 points, right? I'm like, it could go down a good point and it can go down a bad point, right? And so I notice that my mind starts to entertain what's really going to happen if I go down a bad point. And I never really been down this point to see it that far and think that hard about it, right? So I start thinking, I'm like, if I don't live up to these things, then what if I don't become a success and I just fall off and I'm just sad and somewhere in life. And I was like, dang, right? And I just stopped. And I was like, and I started feeling the emotion towards like that option, right, for me, and like how it felt in that moment and how it would feel to know I didn't live out my dreams or, to be home. And then I had to stop myself real quick. I had to stop myself in that moment and say, whoa, do you hear yourself? Do you hear what you just entertained about yourself that's not even true? Do you hear these things? And I had to stop and I had to start speaking life into myself. So I started telling myself about all the great things because God says that he has great things for us, right? None to hurt us, but to do great things and to do good for us, right? So I started speaking positive things over my life. I started talking about the jobs I want to work, right? And to help people, right? To give back, to be able to bring other people on vacation. I started talking about riding the camels and going on and traveling the world and living on another island back in Trinidad from my hometown. From my home for a couple years, and what that felt like, and I started walking myself through going through beaches, and I started thinking about Bali, right? And I started thinking about the high properties, the lavish luxury properties I would be walking through one day and showing people, but not only just showing other people how to get theirs, but also owning one myself. And I started thinking about all of these things and what could happen, and on the way there, I was like, and I started getting excited because I started realizing like, the things that I just beat myself up about, the things that I thought like I was just going down I was just entertaining this emotion that brought me down a negative lane. When I started entertaining the great things that could happen, I started thinking about the ship I want and what I was going to name it and the waters I wanted to drive it through, all these different things. How could I not get excited about life? And I'm here to tell somebody who right now, if the enemy try to give you a mini negative ideal to entertain about yourself, if you almost went down that lane of thinking about what if it didn't, entertain what if it does. Start thinking about what it's gonna feel like. What I started thinking about what I'm gonna smell like, the expensive perfume, the that I'm gonna wear. Like, I started thinking about the nice dresses I'm gonna have, the heels, the confidence in myself, embracing my flaws while I'm there. And like, I really want us to do more of that because what I just did, that just happened like 10 minutes ago, but I had to share right now. Cause it's like, I need to hear out loud that I did that so I can remember to do that again. And also because I want someone else to hear this and fight back that voice that's trying to lie to you. If you entertain it, great things can happen. Think about what it feels like on the other side. I'm out.